اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Imam Sahib is saying that we are listening to the Hadith of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and these are incredible treasures of knowledge and wisdom. We go through highs and lows in our lives, ups and downs, but it is a great favor of Allah on us that He has given us a blessed guidance of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and in this way we have been guided as to what is the best way to go through that. And the blessed sayings of the Holy Prophet ﷺ will always remain a source of guidance for us. Imam Sahib is saying that there are many different situations that one faces in our lives, and when we look at the collections of the traditions, it seems like a great favor of the Holy Prophet ﷺ on us that he has shed light on matters which are to do with different eras and different phases of our lives. In today's tradition, we speak of the service to a guest. So the first of these has been reported by Hazrat Shuraih Rizanhu. He says that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that the person who believes in Allah and on the day of judgment, for him it is essential that he should respect a guest, and from 1 day to 3 days he should keep him a guest. And if the guest wants to stay for longer and he wants to host him for longer than that, then this would be a matter of charity and piousness on his behalf. Imam Sahib saying that more of this tradition is going to be presented later on. So this tradition tells us that we should have the characteristic of being a host to people. We obviously look after our dependents, our children, etc. But if someone else comes and stays with you, then you should invite them for food. There is no need for any formality, but you should, with respect and honor, you should look after him and accommodate him in your home. And how should the guest then act in turn towards the host? The Holy Prophet ﷺ basically said that it is essential, it's an obligation on a believer to be a good host to a guest, and he should keep him from 1 day to 3 days. So this is a particular time period that's been set, that you should keep a guest for at least 3 days if he comes. And if you keep him a guest for longer than that, and he looks after him and is a good host to him, then from the host this will be counted as charity and as a pious deed. So it means that when you keep a guest, and then despite his need, you ask them to leave, then this is wrong, and you should keep them in your home. And this would be a matter of charity and of piousness. Imam Sahib saying that charity means a gift that and it would be a matter of counted as a matter of piousness, so he will be rewarded for it. And then on the other hand, what should be the responsibility of the guest himself? Then the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that this is not right for the guest as well to stay for longer than 3 days without permission. So these are general things, that this is what should normally happen if a guest has come for a reason. So you should keep him, accommodate him if you can, and you should be a good host to him as much as it's possible. But then to take advantage of the person. This is wrong, and it should not put the host into trouble. This is not at all right. So there are responsibilities on both sides, and both have been advised that you should respect and honor a guest, and you should look after him. And the person who comes, he should also not become a burden for the person who's hosting him, and he should try his best not to create any trouble for the host. So both have responsibilities, and if a society like which is of this nature, they would become friendly with each other and loving to each other, and they could when they see each other's circumstances, etc., they discuss matters. Then they could pray for each other, and they could give each other good advice. So this whole action becomes extremely blessed. Then in another tradition, it tells us how one should see off a guest when he has come to your house. About this, Abu Hurairah anhu relates a tradition that the Holy Prophet ﷺ referred to his own sunnah. So this tells us that this is our obligation to always keep in mind what the blessed sunnah of the Holy Prophet ﷺ was. That is, what was the manner and the style, what was his practice. So we should see that, hear about it, and then act in accordance with it. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that it is a part of my practice to the person who is a host should see off his guests to the door. So this may appear as a very minor matter, but it's the reward of this is extremely high. So one should go to the door of the house to see off a guest. So to the staying of the guest should be respectful, and also his sending off should also be helpful. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ also says in another tradition that is ajag karimu qawmin fa'akrimuhu, that when a respectable person of a people comes to you, you should show him respect. Imam Sahib says that this reminds me of an incident, and this is about the present Huzur, Khalif Masih Khamis, and when he used to live near Masjid Fazl, then the head of the Christian church in the United Kingdom, Archbishop Canterbury, came to visit him. Huzur, may Allah be his helper, was in his office, and the Jamaat members kept him in the guest house and welcomed him and informed Huzur that the guest has come. Huzur got up from his office and he walked and came to that guest, and he welcomed him. He showed him a lot of honor and expressed a lot of pleasure at seeing him. And then Huzur sat with him and ate food, and there was good discussion. It's a long explanation, but Imam Sahib was saying that what I was about to mention with the reference to this tradition, when the Archbishop of Canterbury was going back, Huzur walked with his car and walked to his car to see him off. And this is Huzur's practice always, that Huzur often goes and sees off a person to their door, and at that times the people who make programs for MTA, they suddenly came and they said that they wanted to take an interview with the Archbishop of Canterbury. So this interview then took about 8 or 9 minutes, and the Archbishop of Canterbury went away for the interview. During this time, Huzur stood by his car and waited for him to come back. And then when he was going back, Huzur shook his hands in a very welcoming manner, and Huzur saw him off. And Imam Sahib is saying that I saw this with my eyes, that how Huzur acted upon this tradition properly. So when a guest is leaving, you should see him to the door, and Huzur did this exact, followed this exact tradition of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. So this is the manner that is for us also the way that we should be following. So it's an extremely good deed to look after a guest, even if it means to create a little bit of trouble for yourself. So this is mentioned in many traditions, and inshallah some more traditions will be mentioned with respect to this subject. May Allah enable us to follow in these extremely excellent morals of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ameen.